Can I tell you a little secret? The wrong haircut can make you invisible even if your soul is still sparkling at 70. But what if a simple shift could bring back the spark everyone used to notice, but maybe hasn't seen in a while? Let me ask you something. Have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself in a store window and paused, not because you looked tired, but because you didn't quite recognize the woman looking back? Not older, just less visible? Here's the surprising truth. Most women over 60 don't realize it, but there's a reason we sometimes feel like wallpaper always present, but somehow faded into the background. And no, it's not just aging. It's about how your face, your energy, and yes, your hair change in ways no one ever warned you about. But here, we don't see age as something to hide. We see it as a chapter that deserves better lighting. We're not chasing youth. We're choosing presence, power, and elegance that never goes out of style. If you've ever felt like you were still shining inside, but the world just isn't catching the light like it used to, this video is for you. Today, we're talking about the psychology of invisibility, why some haircuts quietly mute your magic, and the one subtle science-backed shift that can turn it all around. No expensive treatments, no drastic makeovers. So before we dive in, what's one thing about your hair or confidence you wish people truly understood? Leave it in the comments. You might be the voice another woman needs to hear today. Let's begin. And let's make invisible a thing of the past, because here, we don't fade. We shine. Let's take a moment, just you and me, to be really honest about something no one tells you outright. That quiet feeling of fading out? It doesn't begin with your birthday. It begins with your mirror. Here's what I mean. As we move through our 60s and beyond, our features evolve. Skin softens, bone structure shifts. Hair texture changes, sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically. And yet, most of us keep the same haircut we had at 40, because it felt like us back then. It was familiar. It worked. But here's the thing. Hair is like the frame around a masterpiece. If the picture inside evolves but the frame stays static, it starts to look off. Let's get into the science for a moment. Studies show people are drawn to faces that are open, lifted, expressive. But when our haircut falls in straight lines, thick bangs, one-length heavy layers, it closes us off. Eyes get hidden, cheekbones disappear. It's like pulling down a sheer curtain between you and the world. The psychology term for this? The invisibility effect. It's when your outward choices, subtle, unconscious, tell the world to look past you. Not because you're not worthy, but because your style says, don't notice. Try this tiny experiment. Stand in front of the mirror. Gently sweep your hair back. Look at your eyes, your jawline. That's you, radiant, real, present. Now let the hair fall forward again. Notice the shift? That dimming? That's the curtain we're talking about. So if you've ever felt like, I haven't changed, but people seem to see me less, you're not imagining it. It might just be that your haircut is stuck in a version of you that no longer fits. And here's the exciting part. This isn't about chasing trends or trying to look younger. It's about framing your face for the woman you are right now, evolved, confident, magnetic. Because once you change the frame, people don't just see you again. They feel you. Coming up next, the simple haircut switch that's helping thousands of women over 60 reclaim that presence and make the world take notice. Ready? Let's talk about the C-cut layer. Let's talk about a word that's quietly redefining how women over 60 are seen, and more importantly, how they see themselves. Face framing. If you haven't heard of the cut layer, this might be your aha moment. You know how some women just seem to light up a room the second they enter, no matter their age? It's not just charisma. It's science and smart styling. Researchers have studied how the shape and motion of hair around the face guide visual attention. When hair falls in soft, curved layers like a gentle C hugging the cheekbones and tracing the jawline, it naturally draws the eyes upward. Your gaze lifts. Your features open. It's almost like a soft focus lens, but in real life. Here's what makes this style powerful. It works with your evolving features, not against them. Heavy bangs and flat, one-length cuts can actually drag the face downward, emphasizing fatigue instead of vitality. But the cut? It softens, it moves, it lifts. It doesn't mask who you are, it reveals it. Now, you might wonder, but does this work for my face? What if my hair is thinning? What if it's silver, coarse, or unpredictable? The cut isn't one size fits all, it's made to adapt. A good stylist will tailor the arc of those layers to enhance your face shape, whether long, round, heart, or somewhere in between. And because this style is all about movement, it suits a range of textures, even finer, more delicate strands. But quick tip, ask clearly for soft, face-framing C layers, not just layers, because overly choppy or disconnected cuts can backfire, breaking the flow that makes this style so flattering. Here's something fun to try before your next appointment. Stand in front of a mirror. Use your fingers or a couple of clips to sweep the front of your hair into a curved C shape around your face. Even without scissors, you'll notice it. Your expression changes. Your eyes catch more light. It's like your presence steps forward. Here's how to talk to your stylist with clarity. I want gentle, curved layers that frame the cheekbones, not sharp angles. Avoid heavy, straight-across bangs. I'd prefer movement and softness. Please keep some lift at the crown, but no teased volume. My hair's finer now, so I want something low maintenance that grows out gracefully. Having a clear ask avoids disappointment and gives your stylist something concrete to work with. But let's be real, getting a great cut is one thing. Keeping it alive, bouncy, and effortless day after day, that's a whole different conversation. Let's unlock the everyday rituals that make your fresh cut last and help your confidence show up with you wherever you go. We've all had that moment. You leave the salon feeling radiant, layers swinging, volume perfect, and then a week later, flat, tired, lifeless. It's like your hair forgot it had a moment. But here's the truth no stylist tells you. A cut doesn't stay magical on its own, especially not after 60. Because just like your skin or your energy, your hair now needs a little more kindness. Not effort, not hours, just a different kind of care. Start with your products. The mousse and gel you used at 40? Too heavy now. They weigh your layers down. What you need: a light volumizing spray or a touch of dry shampoo at the roots, especially on days you skip a wash. Then there's the brush. A boar bristle brush adds shine without pulling. And switching to a silk pillowcase? It keeps your layers from flattening while you sleep, so you wake up to shaped, not smushed, hair. Now imagine this. Morning. You flip your head upside down. Give your roots a gentle shake. Run your fingers through with a dab of styling mist. Boom, movement, lift, presence. No curling iron needed. And here's my favorite lazy day trick. Pop your sunglasses on top of your head for a few minutes. Then take them off and check the mirror. Voila! Mini root lift, zero effort. Even color can amplify the effect. For women with gray or silver hair, cut layers paired with soft highlights or lowlights can create even more dimension, especially around the cheekbones. It's not about hiding gray. It's about using contrast to lift your whole expression. If you're working with warm tones like honey or chestnut, layering can enhance the glow even more. Not a full dye job, just a touch of gray blending or subtle low-contrast highlights. The kind that adds glow to your face and depth to your layers without screaming, salon job. The best part? None of this feels like a chore. These are quiet, 2-minute rituals, tiny reminders that you matter, that your beauty isn't an afterthought. And yes, these tips help your hair shine, but they also help you show up for yourself. And in the next part, we're going even deeper, because as powerful as personal style is, nothing transforms faster than when you share your story with someone else. Let me tell you about Margaret. She's 72. She hadn't changed her haircut in nearly 20 years. Then, one day after watching a video like this, she tried the cut. It wasn't drastic, just softer layers. A little more light around the face. She snapped a quick selfie, paused, then posted it to her church group chat. And guess what? 12 replies, all women. Wow, you look so refreshed. I love how your eyes pop now. What did you change? You're glowing. But here's the real magic. It wasn't the compliments. It was the moment Margaret realized she wasn't invisible, not to herself, and not to others. That's the power of sharing your shift. You don't need a viral transformation. You just need to be seen, even a little, and that spark ignites something in someone else. Maybe it's a friend who's been hesitating to book a salon appointment. Maybe it's your sister who thinks she's too old for change. Or maybe it's a stranger, scrolling late at night, looking for proof that it's not too late to feel radiant again. And the truth is, your before and after might be someone else's before. Your voice might be the exact nudge another woman needs. Of course, being visible also means being vulnerable. Not everyone will get it. But here's what I've learned after talking to hundreds of women like you. Confidence grows in community. And when you open up even just a little, you make room for others to rise with you. So if you feel brave, share your story, leave a comment, text a friend, post that photo, because when we lift each other, we all stand taller. And speaking of standing taller, there's one more piece we haven't talked about yet, because hair, style, even support, they're powerful. But the deepest glow? It always starts within. Here's the real truth. No hairstyle can replace. You are the author of how you show up. The best haircut in the world can't rewrite your energy. But your energy? It can make any haircut look incredible. Because real presence doesn't come from layers or highlights. It comes from how you carry yourself when no one's watching. So here's what I invite you to try. Make confidence a daily ritual. Not a performance, not a production, just yours. Maybe it's lighting a candle the first morning you style your new cut, or smiling at your reflection and saying, "She's still here, and she's not done shining." Maybe it's choosing a blouse that makes your eyes pop, or texting another woman and asking, "What's one thing you love about your reflection today?" Because the beauty of this stage in life is that you get to define it. No trends, no rules, just your rhythm, your wisdom, and your light. And when the compliments fade, because they always do, you'll still have something more powerful, the quiet knowing that you see yourself. So tell me, what's one thing you're ready to reclaim starting today? Drop it in the comments, because somewhere out there, another woman is waiting for permission to do the same. And maybe your voice is the one that finally sets her free. Thank you for being here, for showing up, for shining. The world is brighter because you're in it, and I can't wait to see what chapter you write next.